07, everyone. As some of you may have worked out, it is I, Arthur, who's in control of the stream. And that is why we are late, because I hadn't tabbed over to different buttons. In my defense, my erstwhile colleagues were off doing something utilising the Twitch channel and hadn't told me well, I think they had told me they turned it off, but I'd probably missed the message. So, sorry, but 07. Sally, 07, welcome.
Hello,
Thanks for joining.
07. Thank you very much. We are here. A little bit sweaty, but we made it, didn't we?
In fairness, I wasn't that panicked. I was quite calm about it all, just going through everything. I even managed, chat, to go into various different documents whilst multitasking, relog and rejoin the channel, did everything right, just didn't look at the obvious, which is it switched on? And anyways, welcome to Supercruise News 51. I am joined by the wonderful Sally Morgan Moore. You have the not so wonderful Arthur Tolmie as the person in charge of your stream. So 07's the chat. Millstone Barn, 07 to you in particular, who, as I flicked onto my chat when it went live, I saw I bet Arthur's controlling the stream. So correct. 07.
Cool.
Slopey, 07, Basilstone, Good Doc, Sergeant Tank, Smiley Dank, Tory, Commander the Riz, Game of the Grave, Optiplex, Jones the Film, Aramis, Elvis Kremlin. Oh, I can never say it right, Kremlin. Aramis, Dunklora, Managindas. Who's that? It says it's on the screen. The name is here somewhere. That's who I am. I'm there. I am on a fair bit. It's not like I'm not rare. I'm not a rare sighting. I don't think so.
Your voice is going.
Sorry.
You're panicking off right now. It's like, you know me.
I am. I have been around a little while. Sally, have you got some people on YouTube to say hello to?
I do. We've got plenty. We've got Bladesmith, 07, Dante. Nice one, Sally. 07, Breaker of Worlds, 07, Ray Wow. Ray, 07. Commander Humbo, 07. Ubermeg, who is he again? 07. Osric, lovely to see you as always. Anthony Hall, GA. Marcus Cook, 07.
This is a lot of people. So 07. So, Drex, I've given as much SRV as I can possibly give. I'm not allowed to give any more. I've been told off for all the information I have been given in SRV. I've been very sternly slapped across the wrists for mentioning how I felt it controlled, etc., etc.
Can I also address my untimely nodding as well?
Oh,
come on,
yes,
give me a break.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh my
it
gosh,
wasn't anything.
the trouble that got. I was reading YouTube at the time, and it was very badly placed nod on the. I draw a line through that one right away. It was my fault. It was very badly timed nod.
Look, it's no one's fault. We know. Look, and also, hey, look, we know you're super passionate, and it's great, and it's fine. And do you know what? It's cool. We're not. It's just one of those things that we have to deal with. It's when I said before on previous streams, like, it's very difficult when we show stuff because things get over-analysed and stuff like that. Well, that's just a prime example of it, right? That was just a nodding and me replying to Sally nodding because I thought, oh, what's Sally seen? And then not realising I'm talking about SRVs, and then like, oh, I've inadvertently said something which isn't correct. But it's just the way, it's the nature of the beast.
Confirming everything.
It's just the nature of the beast we work in, and like when we show concept art and stuff like that. And I'll be totally frank, it's why, it does make, and not just, it's not a Frontier thing, it does make a lot of different developers who I've worked with, a lot of them, makes them very nervous about showing stuff because they show stuff that's literal concept and people think, oh, that's definitely what's going to be, and da-da-da-da, and then suddenly it's not, and we just don't want to disappoint people, and etc., etc. Anyways.
Sally Bobblehead confirmed Mad Angus, yeah, pretty much.
There'll be plenty of news.
My head's very tightly screwed on right now.
There'll be plenty of news on the SRV and all the stuff coming to Elite very soon. So you won't have to wait too long. I mean, the SRV is in update 9, so that's not that far away, chat. So they're working at pace on that. So today's really going to be going through, we're going to go through the top 20 list. Which the team have been doing a lot of work on, sort of getting some answers on, looking at where that's sat at. But one of the things that we're very conscious of is the top 20 list is literally what it is. It's the forward-facing part of like the issues that people submit to Tracker. And when we do this, we're always told, oh, but what about Xbug? And it's really important. And we do know, we're not ignoring you. So what Sally's done very kindly today is after this we'll go through some of the other ones, not all of them, and please, I stress this as hard as I can. These won't be every single bug we're looking at because there's lots, we're aware, but these are some of the harder hitting ones that we can hear you shouting about, that we just want to say that may not be on the top 20 list, but we are definitely looking at. And if there's any update on them we can give you today, we'll give you today. So it's here's top 20, which is what is publicly facing and people vote on, but we're acutely aware there are some bugs people don't bother voting on and just shout about, and rightly so. And just to say we're listening, we're going to talk about the ones that we have got. And this will go into a forum post afterwards. Is that correct, Sally?
Well, we can post now if you like.
With the magic of the internet.
It's fairly tradition for the lads to post this out during the live stream, right?
Yes.
What I'll do is I'll press go. Commanders are seeing live me press go, and I hope it works. So this is going to be your top 20 usual list. As you're used to, and then at the bottom there's just a little bit of a treat as well on some of the fixes that are pending QA, which we can also talk about, well, what Archer said on the stream. And I'll get ready, steady, please don't mess this up. Okay,
Sally only gonna mess things up. Someone's just asked the question, is
now live.
Is Boba Fett ship Slave 1 coming to Elite Dangerous? I'd love to see Slave 1 Elite Dangerous, and also props for getting the correct make of ship, the Fire Spray 31. Yes, I would love to see it. Sorry, Sally.
No, I've just popped the link into Twitch. If Heather, could you? It's very professional. Heather, could you grab that link and pop it into YouTube for me, please? Because I don't have my... Oh, lovely. People are already on it. That is
perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
So, good. We can go down this now. Have you got you've got a graph?
I've got the graphics. I was not prepared to flick over so quickly, but I'm going now. There we go.
Sorry.
You never apologise, Sally. It's fine. I'm with you on this the whole way through.
We are on this.
So on screen now should be the current top 20. So which we can run through.
Super. Okay.
All right. So do you want me to take the first one, Sally?
Yeah, I can do the Top of the Pops overture if you like.
In at number one, no moving at number one.
But no, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so number one, obviously we have tiling planetary features. Now, this remains an ongoing investigation. As we've said previous times, our current focus at the moment, and you'll see there's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about the list. As we've stated before, the primary focus of everything the dev team are doing at the moment is performance. So they're working on that first as a priority. That's what everyone's sort of hands and feet and eyes and ears are in. So once they get that where it needs to be, we can look at a lot of these other things. Now, tiling is a huge undertaking that isn't ready to be looked at just yet, and there's no decision been made on it as such. When there is one made, we'll come back to you, but they are investigating it and how much work it would take. But the primary focus at the moment is fundamentally on either a game-breaking sort of bug, or performance. So ongoing investigation. We're still aware it's an issue for players. As soon as we get through where we need to be with performance, we'll come back to this and revisit and let you know what it is. It's just not a small undertaking. So just to be clear. Yes, sorry.
Just again, we're having a few questions saying, where is this bug? Where is this bug? Where is the particular other bug? These are the top 20 that are being heavily voted on and are appearing at the top of the list. If any are not for whatever reason, and they should be, then we need to look into that. But some of the bugs that are close to you, they may not be in here because they're not in the top 20. We're just focusing on the top 20 right now. In this stream, not in general. But
so
do you want to keep going?
I can go into number two, but I just want to reiterate that again with what Sally's just said. I did say it before we started this. If you're saying where's X bug, where's Y bug in the chat, it may very well be that something that Sally's going to talk about in a little while after we go through this. But also, if you have an issue, please raise it on the issue tracker, get people to vote for it. This is purely the front-facing issue tracker. I did state that right at the start of this. This is what people have voted on. This is how it currently sits at the moment. So we're replying and going through all the stuff that players have voted on. There are other bugs that we are well aware of that we're also investigating. So please don't think just because we're talking about these top 20 that we're only working on these top 20. I've said it in previous streams and I'll probably say it again. There will be other bugs that are maybe bug 21. That's a real simple fix, and they'll just fix it because it can be fixed. And it's not that they're going to ignore it because, oh, well, it's not top 20. They'll just fix it, and we won't know about it because it will never make its way into the top 20 chart. But there will be bugs that are coming in. If you have specific bugs, I know you're throwing them into chat, but it's very, very hard for Sally or I or any of the team to pluck that bug out and then start looking for stuff. When you have issues, when you have bugs, please raise them on the issue tracker. I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere in the forum post if you need to do that. And please attach any logs you have that's relevant to that. You have no idea how important that stuff is. When the amount of times we watch a YouTube video and it'll say, like, do you want to submit a report? And someone will click no at the end of the YouTube video, and we're like, oh, that report is vital information that we can use. So don't get too frustrated if your bug's not in here. It might come in what Sally says, but even that, with this table and what Sally says after this is not the entirety of everything we're looking at. So, in at number 2, up one place. Sorry, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I can't remember when they were before. Anti-alias is not working correctly. Now, this has now gone back to not started, so people be maybe a bit confused about, hang on a minute, it was investigating in a previous chart, and it was, and there was actually some anti-aliasing work done. If you remember, we talked about it in, I think it was the last development update, when we talked about how we'd done some of the work. But now we have to revisit and start again for the next coming update, so update 9, update 10. So they're starting working it. Or they will be starting working it. But at the moment, their focus is on performance. We're expecting to have a real big hit in 9 for performance. I've said it now. I'm going to get in loads of trouble for saying it, but we are expecting it, and we're hoping that's would be top of every player's priority list. But we'll just keep pushing regardless. So that's where it is. So investigation to further improvements will set to continue, as I just said. But however, it's secondary performance improvements. We have improved it mildly, somewhat due to planetary texture generation changes, but that's rather than an overall system change. Okay, so that's anti-aliasing. So Smoky Monkey says this really needs a Top of the Pop soundtrack. I don't think. Do you know what? I could do it, but I don't think people. I think if we did that, people would think we don't take this seriously. And honestly, the amount of meetings we go in about bugs, you wouldn't know. We take this very seriously. Like we're in. In fairness, I will say it, she's on stream, but Sally's in every single day in a live chat. That's not a lie. In a live chat with QA and the dev team and production teams and all of us. Every single day we talk about this stuff. So we're not joking around when we talk about it. So number 3, exit the game. Just hangs on needs to be forced terminated. So attempts to consistently reproducing this error are ongoing, but currently not solid enough for us to be able to work on a fix or reason for the hang. So we are investigating it. More specific in circumstances which cause this issue have been looked into as we continue to reach out and research. Now I know Sally's put a post out, I'm sure you have on this, about if your game crashes, what you're doing, or I know you're collating evidence of what players might be doing that might be causing it. So we are looking into it, but we just don't have enough information quite yet to start working on a fix. So we are investigating it.
It's a pain in the bum, that one.
It is a pain in the bum, in the posterior.
Just before we crack on,
yes.
In YouTube, there's a lot going on about console when. Really sorry, but we haven't got anything else to say at the moment in this stream. Everything still stands as the previous statement. Focusing on Odyssey right now for PC, and as soon as we have the information, we'll let you know.
Yeah, we need to get Odyssey where it needs to be before we can assess any other plans. That has been what we stated, and very shortly after launch, I believe it was. I can't remember the exact date, so apologies, chat. But so as soon as we get Odyssey where it has to be, then we can assess our console plans. And as soon as that's been done, which is not what but just to be clear, it's not the community team do. We don't assess that. That's out of our pay grade. As soon as we hear that, we'll come back to you and we'll let you know what's been decided.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll whiz through some of these because some of these will just be super updated. So joystick button status plus not working. This again, they haven't started really looking at this because in terms of priority listing, it's very much secondary to performance and other issues. So it is, although it's high in this list in terms of the overall what we think of the game experience, it's pretty low down. So that's just being honest. So just not looking at it at the moment. Number 5, severe performance problems since update 5. This is in progress with more for 9. So we did state in the previous update that some of this has been addressed with a nav mesh refinement that we put in on update 8, and there's more going in on 9, which should resolve this specific portion of performance issues that players encountered. That's not to say everything will be fixed at the point of 9, but we're hoping the majority of it will be fixed for 9. So exposed telemetry data for motion simulators. That's number 6. We haven't started that. Again, it's a very specific request. I'm not sure necessarily. Now, I may be, because I don't understand that. I know what motion simulators are, but I'm sure if this is a bug they can't get it, or a request to have it. If it's a request to have it, in my opinion, it will probably sit pretty low down in terms of priority, very much like the 32 button plus thing, because performance and other issues are sort of higher on that list of these things, hence the reason why it says it's not started yet. Number 7, new in at number 7, with 182 votes. Some in-game stats in the codex in general are not updating. So this is currently under investigation with QA, and are working on to reliably reproduce the issue, is where we're at with that. So it has been investigated, we are aware of it, and hopefully this will be something we can get a handle on and get fixed. Ready, probably won't be for 9, so hopefully for update 10. And again, if that changes, we'll update the table.
Can I just jump in? I've just
Sure,
jumping on YouTube before I forget to look. Sally, any news on the missing Horizon suits? Gold Ascendant. Hold on a second. Do you know what? Confession time. I've not had a moment to go through the forums as closely as I usually do this week. And it feels like Friday because I haven't been in there for 2 days. Sorry that I haven't had the pings. I will get round to them tomorrow and I'll have a look. But bear with me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to write and speak off, I'm sorry. But I'll be back in the forum tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, look,
sorry.
Well, I want to step in here and just say, yes, maybe you haven't grabbed it, Sally, but Sally does a huge amount of work in the forum. So please just give us some time. We'll get through to everything. We're working as fast and as hard as we can. But yeah, Sally is putting in a shift, I think is the term.
It's all right. I'll have a look at those suits anyway. And then, like I say, I'll do some tidying up tomorrow. That's cool. No worries.
All right. Okay, so number 8, Supercruise stuck at the 0 time remaining with a tunnel forming, the infamous blue tunnel. Now, this is a bugbear of both Sally and I's, and a lot of the dev team actually, and it's one of the things that we've spent. Actually, we've had almost a specific call on this. It is being investigated, but I'm trying to find my notes that are on this other page. I should probably stick to my notes, shouldn't I, Sally? I go off piste very quickly, don't I? Okay, the issue has now been reliably reproduced internally by our QA team, but it could be caused by a variety of connection issues. So we've got it reproduced now, so now we just need to try and work out specifically what is causing it on the network so we can investigate it and fix it. So hopefully this is the beginning of the end of the infamous blue tunnel. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So
I really hope so.
So,
and,
yeah.
Just want to say thank you to everybody who's contributed to tracking that down in the forum as well. I've been DMing some people out of the blue myself just to be like, yeah, you said this. I really do think that all of that has helped, and just thank you for your collaboration.
Yes, so thank you very, very much for that. So number 30 is number 30, number 130 votes.
30?
Do you know what? I should just give up, shouldn't I, Sally? Right, number 9 with 130 votes. Issues with atmospheric lighting, which was new in, and I'm pleased to say is fixed already.
I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. Yeah.
Do you talk about this one, Sally? Because I know you.
We've talked about this a lot. In the forum. There was a whole post on it, loads of thoughts on it, post off the back of posts off the back of posts. And it's all very valid, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
And that was raised with dev team, and they put a lovely amount of time into looking into it. And we'll still continue to look into lighting issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very important point on that one, in that this is to do with the colouring, so like the tinting which is the primary issue. But then anything to do with other lighting issues like the shadows, we do still have issues in there for the shadowing, wobbly shadows and so on. Those are still banked. We got those in the old book and with Dev. And then any other lighting issues that still continue are just keep throwing them at us, and we'll get them as we go. So, but this is for the tinting.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Yeah, it's like we said before. Like when we had lighting issues in Odyssey, that was such a broad spectrum comment. So now we're picking these out one at a time. So as Sally said, this is fixed for 9. So hopefully you'll see the results of that in a few weeks' time. And then obviously that doesn't mean we're saying all lighting is fixed. There might be some other things that creep out the woodwork, etc., etc. That we can take a look at those individually. So cool.
Yes.
Okay, so number 10 with 129 votes, FPS drops and crashes around settlements. Now we did deploy a hotfix for this. We're not saying it's fixed, but we did see a massive improvement immediately thereafter. So we're keeping an eye on it, and so it's in progress, and we'll have a look and see if we can't further refine that with updates beyond what's gone out already. So we've left it as in progress at the moment. We're just keeping an eye on it in a minute, but we did see a marked turnaround almost immediately. I think that hotfix, Sally, on the Friday. Was it the Friday?
It was one of those.
It was a day in the week.
That week.
It was a day in the week.
It was one day. I think it was Friday.
So then we have new in at 11. Power play, no CC income for formerly contested systems. We haven't started investigating this yet. It's not a quick or easy fix, so we're currently TBD at this stage.
Where's Rubber Nuke when you need him?
I'm going to get told off about power play because people think I'm ignoring it. I'm not ignoring it. I just can't talk too much about it at the moment.
Right.
So, but we'll have more updates on this soon. So it's we're not ignoring it. We're not ignoring it. But please just give us some time. I've said this when I think one of the first things I joined Frontier. And I think it was Robin Hood that gave me, and it still gives me, and rightly so. And I think Mr. Spoon from Button Moon gives me a hard time about power play, and I don't have an issue. You give me a hard time about it, but I did say back then, way back then, power play is not like a flick a switch and fix. There's a lot that goes on with power play, and there's a lot that we need to look at. And it's like I say, when I say I'm looking at stuff, I'm telling you I'm looking at stuff. I'm not ignoring you. Right? Okay. Number 12, illegal goods incorrectly attract minus 25% stolen markdown. This has been investigated for update 9 to be confirmed, hopefully for not update 9, but we need to confirm it. So our design team are currently investigating this issue. It may be possible to fix this in time for 9, fingers crossed. But we'll make it a priority to update you on the progress regardless. So when we find out whether it gets into 9 or not, we'll let you know.
Exactly.
Fingers crossed.
Like regardless, I'll make sure that it goes into the patch notes, whether it'll be a fix or it'll be a status update on where we are with it.
Yeah.
But we'll just make sure to keep in touch about it, so you know what's going on.
Sure. Okay. And then number 13, we have planet and moon orbit lines not visible in the FSS when in VR. So currently this is not possible. Currently this is not possible due to how the camera interacts with in VR. We do recognise it's an issue. However, at this moment is secondary and primary to performance. So as I said before, there's a huge push at the moment. We saw a nice little chunk of performance in 8, not as much as we want, and we're pushing harder again in performance in 9. So a lot of priorities on performance at the moment, as you probably can see from this list. But this isn't the only list. We'll talk some more in a minute about what else is coming in. Okay. So where are we at? We're number where are we at? 14. 14. Okay. So with 96 votes, SRV compass targets appear to be at a great height. This has been fixed and hopefully will be in for 9 again. Like Sally said, we'll let you know if it gets in for 9. But we're just waiting on it being tested and make sure the fix is stuck. So once that's in and it's confirmed, we'll let you know. But hopefully this will be in for 9, so that one will be wiped off the list. Fingers crossed. If it's not, like Sally said, it will be in the notes and it will state here's what's going on with it. 15, system and galaxy map misalignment in widescreen aspect ratios. This would require significant fundamental changes to how we do some stuff for UI. We are aware of it, but as we've said in the past, that sort of stuff in terms of it's a huge amount of work. What we're looking at in a minute is what's the core focus at the moment. The core focus is on performance. So everything is focusing around that area. I keep saying that, and I don't mean to keep repeating it, chat, but it is important to just lay down that what we're pushing for. Illumination of background planets is tied to player ship illumination. So similar to the previous issue, this might require some extra overhauls. We haven't started investigating it yet because the teams that would be doing that are currently focusing purely on performance. And 17, incorrect brightness contrast adjustment depending on the angle between camera, ship, and star. So what we've got here is this will require an investigation to changing the way lighting has worked since before Odyssey. So we have this. We're looking at it with the team internally. We're aware of it. However, as I said before, performance issues must take the priority over everything else at the moment. Then we have fleet carrier info in system map is incomplete. This will be addressed soon. Obviously, we have some changes coming up with fleet carriers. So this is probably sitting with that entire, not overhaul fleet carriers, but obviously you're getting interiors for fleet carriers. There's no secret anymore. So there's a lot of stuff that's going in on fleet carriers. So this particular thing hasn't been started yet, but I don't want to speak for the team, but there's a lot of work going in with fleet carriers. I'm fairly certain this will become part of that work. So it's not started specifically yet, but it will go with fleet carriers. 19. Discovered systems show as validating. This is the fix that's still being worked on. Apparently, it's an Xbox issue. It's listed as not started, but it's semi-started, I guess. But we're aware it seems to be an Xbox issue or something to do with Xbox gamer tags.
Yeah, this is actually on Dav. Dav is tackling this one. I think probably when we say not started, and then if it was worked on before, it's sort of paused essentially.
Yeah.
This one is like it has been looked into and it has been sort of done to the degree that's needed for it to pass console. But if there are any further issues with it, which there will be, so Dav's looking into it. But anyway, yes, that's the complicated answer.
Yeah.
It's paused momentarily while it's at a state that it's working, but it will need some more work.
And just to be clear, I wanted to put not started on this list because as I'm prone to doing, it gets me in a lot of trouble. I just call a spoon, right? If I don't think it started off like Sally said, like we've looked at it in the past, but it's on pause. I'm just looking at the moment. We're not looking at that. We're looking at these other things. I think you just rather know that, chat, than me say, oh yeah, we're investigating, and then it sits on investigating for months and months and months. I'd rather you know that actually our primary focus at the moment, as you can see, on a lot of this stuff is predominantly on performance, but as we go on to in a moment, it's not just this list we're looking at. And then lastly, on the top 20 list, Thermal Conduit, our old friend, that just won't leave us alone, Sally.
Buddy.
Won't leave us alone. Too strong and wrong damage increase. So changes were made, however, further changes are required from design. So we're aiming to get this sorted for update 9, but of course let you know as soon as we're able to. So it's been a thorn in our side for a little while. I remember getting asked about this on chat, I don't know, a little while, way back now. Not way back, a little while back. It's been a pain in the rear end for a lot of teams, this particular one. I don't know why, but it's just been one of those, what seems to be an innocuous thing, just sort of, as soon as you picked it, just went everywhere and affected everyone. So it's no one's a big fan of the old conduit thing at the moment, but we are trying to get it fixed, and hopefully it'll be in for 9. So
yeah.
I
sneakily, I noticed just before coming on stream that there's been even more progress to that one, which makes me even more confident that I'll be in 9. So
yeah, fingers crossed.
Ta-da!
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, so yeah, but that's hot off the press.
So that's the top 20 list. That's the top 20 list. If you're going to ask me more questions about what's on the list, I've probably given you all the information I have on all those different those bugs. So probably won't be too much more I can give you. I will reiterate, this is the front-facing taken directly from the issue tracker list. So this isn't indicative of every single bug or everything we're working on. Like when we do the patch notes, or we give you some idea what's going in. It's never everything. But to give you a little flavour of that, I will hand over to my my colleague, the wonderful Sally. My colleague. Colleague, we are colleagues. My friend.
We are
my friend.
Colleague and peer and
work
friend. Work friends. Alexicus 93, so basically confirming fixing 2 issues since 2 weeks ago. No, we've fixed a lot more. but it depends where they fit in the priority list and the manpower efforts and all that business. It may seem like, oh, there's a list of 20, but you've only fixed 2. There's loads of other stuff going on as well. So we're on it. We're on way more than that.
Yeah.
We'll show you in the update notes when they come out.
I mean, just to go back on
Yeah.
that point, this I say it again. This is taken directly from the issue tracker. So some of these issues have been here for a while, which we're aware of. But at the moment, the priority for a lot of the stuff the team are working on is on performance and making the game performant, how we want it to be playing. That said, when someone says you only fixed 2 things since 2 weeks ago, I will just say, look, the team are hard at work doing loads of fixes. You've only got to look at how much goes into every single update that goes out, the hot fixes that follow those updates. Please, I understand people are frustrated, but I won't accept that we've only fixed 1 or 2 things. It's just not a fair comment to the team that are working really, really hard to do that. It's not a fair reflection of the effort that goes in behind the scenes with stuff like Sally and the chaps sort of taking information from players and passing it on to the dev teams. And they watch these streams and they are working really hard for you. This is just this particular list, and as you'll see in a second, Sally's going to talk about some other things that we are working on to fix.
Yeah. So I haven't done this before. This is a new. So when we did updates previously, the last few hotfixes that we did, I included some of the known issues that we collect across the week. So between talking in, as we do Monday to Friday, every now and then jump in and say like what's happening, and you'll pass issues along. We'll grab them, run with them, and sometimes we make it into hotfixes. So as part of those hotfix notes, I've been including like, hey, we spoke about this earlier in this week. This isn't unnoticed. These are the things that we're going to tackle. But for this post, I thought, why not do a fixes that are not in the top 20 list, but they are fixes that are, I don't know why I'm sitting like this, sorry. They are fixes for issues that are very important and that have fallen out of recent updates, but are not in the top 20. So that means that for whatever reason, they didn't get reported in the top 20. They didn't get enough votes to make it into the top 20. They are at like 21, but they impact gameplay severely, and we feel that we needed to tackle them sooner than them getting onto a top 20 list. So hopefully that makes sense. Just wanted to, this is essentially for a little bit of reassurance that other issues are getting fixed as well, and some of them are quite nasty and have been quite important to you. So we can go through those now. So for example, selling cargo results in yellow adder error. That came in at update 7, and that's resolved pending QA. All of these in this list are resolved pending QA. So these, if they get through QA and we find there's going to be more issues with them, you probably won't see them as fixed. Well, you won't see them as fixed because they're not going to be fixed. But they'll make it into the known issues or like, of the update notes to follow. Any of these in here I will follow up on regardless in the next patch notes. But these are just here to, you're on the journey with us. So paint jobs are not visible in multi-crew, resolved pending QA. Ship HUD visible in external camera view of a camera suite. So you're in like third person camera in camera suite and you could see the dashboard HUD. That's been fixed, that's pending QA. Hatch breaker limpets in any cargo hatch or escape pod are on non-dockable motor ships. Invalid limpet target error is shown, that's resolved pending QA. Stations popping, so you've been seeing I think this was update 8 from update 8. You were some of you were actually popping right into stations because they just go pow. They are fixed and will be tested. Xavier, you can't see the list. No, it's because we don't have it.
Yeah, we don't. This is literally.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I should have said this. There isn't a list on screen, but it is in the. Is it in the forum notes, Sally?
It is in the forum post.
So if you want to read this list,
I'm reading it.
Yeah, it's in the forum. It's in the forum post, and there is no graphic for this. This is purely something that Sally and I discussed prior to the stream, and I was like, look, I know where our focus is at in terms of like performance,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
also
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want players to think that this is all we're looking at. And as someone said, you're only fixing two things. There's a huge amount of stuff the team are looking at,
Yeah.
and this is again what Sully is going through now. Is just some of the things that we know are causing you pain and agony whilst playing the game, and we're not ignoring them. We are. They're under investigation, or they've just got to get through QA, and if they get through QA, like stuff
That's
getting
right.
stuck in cargo, then we've got the fix. So
Yeah.
I will shut up and let Sarah continue.
No, it's fine. Slopey, thanks for posting the forum post in YouTube for me. So yeah, you can follow along here. These are at the bottom of the top 20 list. So now we're at wait, what? Yeah, so stations pop in, fixed, QA. Am I still here? Because
Well, you're here for me.
Twitch just fell over for me, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Rebalance cockpit canopy effects. So this one is I believe some of you were reporting that in some ships there were some issues with scratches and freezing over, and some of the effects, the decal effects that are on the screen when stuff happens to the canopy, they were acting a little bit weird. So the team have looked into that and they balanced those, and they're going to go through QA. And the funny one that was making me laugh for a few weeks, the ship engine smoke trails appearing ahead of the ship after exiting Supercruise. How does that happen? But it did. So that one's been fixed and resolved. So that needs to go through QA as well. That is a little bit different. That's a bit spoilery as to what is hopefully all of these are going to be in the update 9 update notes.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not, I will put them in as known issues and I will explain why they are not in the fixed list. But these so far have had attention from dev and they're in the fixed list. This is a little bit different. This post does not, as I put in orange there, I'm not including the immediate open known issues list for you in this post. We can do that. I can do that later. But this is just a taster of what the team have fixed so far.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to say. I made notes. So, two things that I haven't included on here, but they are still being looked into, and they do mean a lot to people. Are canisters stuck inside measure ships? That one's very much on dev side, and is very much known as a big deal. And deposit fragments stuck inside rocks. So when you're blasting asteroids and stuff, your deposit fragments, your fragments are getting stuck inside there. That is also a high priority and being looked at. No current fixes noted for them yet, but there are things like that. Also, the NPCs getting stuck. So sometimes you'll go into a combat zone and you will see you'll see NPCs like what, or they're not capturing points, they're acting weird. That is also very much being looked into. So that's off the top of my head. Those three, they're still on the list. They're still on the cards. So that's me.
There we go.
That's my waffle.
So it's not waffle at all. It's really important. It's also thanks for doing it, Sally. But just to reiterate again what Sally said, that's just a taste of some of the stuff they're doing. You know how the patch notes run for these updates. There's a huge amount of stuff that goes in. So there's just a taste there. I just want to say there's more work going in. I can still see a lot of people asking and about console and stuff like that in the chat. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When we know something about console, as in the community team, we have information to pass on to you, we will absolutely pass it on to you. We're not ignoring you. We understand your frustrations, but we would not withhold the information if we had it for you. It'd be, we know it's frustration and it affects everything that we put out. So of course we have information. We tell you. We don't have it yet. As soon as we have the information, we will tell you. The primary focus is to get Odyssey where we want it to be, and then we can assess our console plans, and then we'll produce those plans and let everybody know what they're going to be. So I know frustrating. I'm a console player first, so it's as frustrating for me as it is for everybody else. But I do appreciate your patience, and I understand your frustration. But shouting at me to ask you to give you console news isn't going to get you anything. I don't have anything to give you. I'm sorry. So I just don't want you to waste your time typing that into the chat because I can't give you information I don't have. Okay, that has been the top 20, and then some extras from the wonderful Sally. So thank you, Sally, for doing that.
That's fine. No worries.
I'm just looking at my audio. My audio seems to be peaking, so if I'm really loud, chat, I do apologise. Tell me to.
Oh, I was worried that was me. Maybe I need to. I get so excited, I start shouting. So
I don't know why.
sorry, man.
No, I don't think it is. I'm just watching the little bars moving up and down. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Seems a bit-
Someone's just said back off from the mic a bit, and I'm like, do you know what? That might be me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I am shouting.
I'm going to
getting
turn my
excited.
audio down regardless because it seems to be quite high. There we go. I think that might have fixed it. We'll see. We'll soon see.
Okay.
Who knows?
Nice.
Who knows? Right. So, what do we follow that with? Well, we got some news of some stuff that's going on in the community now. So there's quite a bit to go through, and we've got some set of screenshots yet. So, we're going to start off with a good friend of Elite Dangerous. Grinning Crow had a charity stream for Veterans Day, which I have a thing for, I think, which is that. There we go. Which was a fantastic effort, raising over $1,800, which is really, really cool. A really nice guy as well. If you haven't followed or had a look at some of his streams, I would urge you to do that. He's a really, really nice guy, very friendly, very affable. I think I've been on as well. Had a chat with him. Loves a conspiracy, which is great. So feel free to throw conspiracies his way. I'm sure it'll be, but it's great news. So so he had some milestones that included on the stream were fly with bound fingers, which is interesting. I haven't seen this yet. Silent karaoke I can work out. The Bean Boozle challenge. That sounds. Do you reckon it's one of those ones you have to eat? The jelly bean thing.
Yeah, the ones where they're like horrible flavors, and they're like dog food, baby wipes. I don't think I could do it. I've got a really.
Do you know what I wonder with the jelly bean stuff, Sally's? How do they confirm that it's correct? Does that mean someone's got to sit there and taste the baby wipe and then taste the jelly bean?
They don't have to, aren't they?
And then be like, yeah, that's accurate.
Oh, that's
and then
horrible.
How many disgusting flavours have they got to taste before they go, yeah, that's the disgusting flavour you want?
Yeah, that's vile. Someone has to QA the beans.
There we go.
Wow.
Cool. All right. So well done to the Grinning Crow. Awesome work. Okay. So do you want to take the next one, or do you want me to just fly on, Sally?
Oh, no, I'll grab one.
Yeah, go on in.
Tokuso. So this is Tokuso's, isn't it?
It is.
Are we on Tokuso now?
It is. I need to turn this one off.
I'm sorry. I had to put these appeared over the weekend, and I was tagged in a few, and I didn't actually comment on them. I'm really sorry. Because I was like, oh my god, and I was just looking at them going, oh my god. Sometimes it's a bit of fun, isn't it, to put some burritos. For scale.
I want to understand. I want to understand what's going on here. I know it's making me hungry.
Yeah.
But
doing a few bananas for scale, but not using bananas. We do have a banana one though.
We do actually. It's this one. I'm curious. I want to understand the mindset behind this effort has gone into this, so I'm curious.
No, this is the thing. This is why these deserved to be here, because look at the lighting, look at the shadows. Like, take a so pop.
But it's the wording that goes with it. Settlements are small compared to ships. Bananas are for scale. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's shame Bruce Burrito isn't on today. That's true.
It is a shame, yeah.
we need the burrito place.
There is one more, which is.
Oh, this one's beautiful, actually.
I like this one. Yeah, it's like a fish tank.
Yeah.
And again, its carriers may feel big, but goldfish for scale. I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe what he's trying to explain is that it's like, you know, in that, was it Men in Black 3? Where we were in the Earth is as big as it is, it's in like a little glass bauble jar for an. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on here, chat. I couldn't.
Yeah, well, I think this is very pretty.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I'm so confused, but I'm also. I'm impressed with the effort that's gone into this. Very impressed. New South Crew confirmed the goldfish. Yeah, amazing. Right. Okay. Now this is pretty cool. Now, Sally, I think you found this first actually. This is the cosplay, right?
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really sorry if this has been shared already, because these photos were taken a while ago, and I kept thinking I must remember to put them up. I must remember to say maybe Zach already did them as part of Commander Creations, But oh my gosh, had to feature Doctor again.
Yeah,
Because these are so, the fact that he went out and like got these incredible like professional photos done.
yeah, these are super
It's
cool.
amazing.
Super. Also appreciate the fact that he's used a GoPro for the shoulder
Yeah.
piece. That's really cool. Really, really cool. So yeah,
It's so good. The elite patch as well on his
yeah,
shoulder. And the glasses.
yeah.
It's like it's basically his commander.
And I'd say the birds would be happy because he's got the scarf.
Yeah, got the scarf on. Why does this remind you of Sandro? It's the hat, isn't it? It's got to be the hat, cowboy hat. Sandy loved a cowboy hat. Still does, I think. Yeah, so lovely.
Great work.
Really, really, really good.
Work. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I think we've got a little movie now. Next, got a little movie. I think so.
Oh yeah, this is what this is what we could have won off.
This is what we could have won, but we did win a temporary space bridge. So this is an activated Thargoid site. So if you want it yourself and you don't want to see this, spoilers, don't look at this video.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna run it now. So let me know. I haven't checked the audio. I think I've checked the audio.
So definitely pay for that. Brace your ears, the Doctor.
This could have been us, Sally.
I know, man. Anyone got a probe? Anyone got a probe? Bit of fun, ain't it?
That's what we wanted to show you, chat. Amazing. So there we go. So that was an activated Thargoid site, and there's obviously a lot more stages to that to make it happen and stuff like that. But there are plenty of groups out there to go and show it. If you haven't done it, I would recommend you go do it. There's lots of things like that to actually look at, like Guardian sites and the Guardian satellites and stuff like that to go and look at and play around with and investigate and try and uncover the mysteries. Some really fun stuff.
That was Phoenix Blue Zero on Reddit. I think they posted that up a couple of days ago.
It was. So thank you very much to Phoenix Blue. And also great cinematography. Really big fan of that.
I know, that's right. That's why I love that video. Yeah. It's like, it's short and it's snappy and it's just pretty.
I also think Thargoid bases, if you go to them at night, are far. I mean, it's still atmospheric because of the sound. And just for full context, chat, I can't hear the sound of that asset when it's playing because I'm streaming OBS. But the sound effects at these sites are spooky AF. I think that's allowed to be said.
Yeah.
I can say AF. Right. Okay. Next up, we have a new, and this is really important news. A new Hutton Mug. Sally.
Is it new? Like, I think it's new. I've never seen it before. You watch everybody like say, Sally, this has been around since 2016.
Well, it's new to us. It's new to us. So, ta-da! That's what we say. Is this new? Is this new?
I don't know.
I mean, it says new Hutton Mug on my screen, Sally. There's an exclamation mark and a question mark after it.
I wrote that. that. I'm quite excited. I don't know. New mug. Nobody panicked. This has been around since 2016. I don't know. Has it? But either way, it's cool. Who did this? Who was it? Flash Moon Boots.
Sorry, you're asking me to do two things at once, Sally. You know I can't do that.
What was it? Oh, sorry.
So yeah, so we have another picture of the mug as well, just the mug on its own. Let me get rid of some of the other stuff behind it. Let's have a bit of a tidy up so we don't have weird stuff going on. So there we go, just the other side of it.
Yeah.
Which is very nice. And we have I think Hutton want to take the opportunity to send a get well soon message to Dave Pearson.
Yeah, we do. He's not been very well.
Yeah, he's not been very well. So send some love. I think Dave was one of the first people to say hello to me when I joined Frontier. So
he's amazing. Can I show off my Hutton Mugs? I bought them specifically.
Go on then.
I need to. I need to because I've got some new ones for the collection, and I'm getting excited.
I expect mine are in the post, are they?
Well, don't know about that.
Yeah.
Can you make me big so I can show
Can I? Oh, blimey! How do I do that? Oh, hang on. Yes, I can do this. Ta-da! There we go.
You've all seen these. You've all seen these ones. Make Sally bigger. I don't know if I'm bigger yet. Am I bigger?
Oh, I think so.
I've got these two. Yeah, I'm bigger.
There you go.
So I've got these two, obviously, because these are the ones that people know about.
So that's got to be a new mug then, right? If you've got them two.
Well, what I think is it's a fan-made one. I don't think it was.
Okay.
I don't think it was made by. These are legit. These are real. These are the mugs. But I think the ones that the other ones are fan-made ones. But also, I had to take my pom-pom off my bag. But I got these from.
Hang on. That goes in your bag?
Yeah, my pom-pom. Off my backpack. These are. Can you see these?
They're cute. Are they magnetic?
So they've
got little things on the bottom. No.
Sorry. These are mini mugs. These were from Nocti. So these are like from an old. They were like a charity thing a while ago, and I've got the gold one here, and it's tiny, and I've got this one's tiny versions of it. They are 3D printed. Sorry, Nocti did them.
Very cool.
I'm just really proud. I love Hutton truckers to bits.
Very, very cool.
They're an incredible part of our community. And get well soon, Dave.
Yes, please, Dave, get well soon. All the best from all of us at Frontier. Dice Strike Live says it looks like a Star Trek creature. I was actually going to say it looks like a tribble. Your pom pom.
It is like a tribble.
It's a bit like
a tribble.
It's a bit like a tribble. But great. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So next up we. Yeah. Okay. So the next one we have is another little video. I think. Let me just get to where I should be. Yeah, it's another little video. This one's called Lowrider, and this is. Does it say who it's from on here?
Oh. Ooh, this one's really funny.
Yeah. So this is.
Oh no! I didn't put who it was, did I?
If you might be in chat, whoever you are.
It was on Reddit. I'm so Reddit. Sorry.
We'll whoever it was on Reddit. Thank you very much. But this is Lowrider, and I've got Vibing Out on a 45G planet. So it's here we go. This is great. I love it. It's a bit loud. Sorry, chat. I didn't set the audio on that one. There we go. We're back to the mug.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Great stuff. So this is
context on that one. You can read the details that I actually left you. That hasn't just given you a Lowrider video.
No,
sorry, Alf.
No, that's fine. It says the Inner Orion Spur System. And it's KOI 17011. It's 45.31G to be precise, so a little over 45G.
Yeah.
It's got silicate vapor. Geysers, right? Geysers? Geysers.
Yeah.
Geysers.
Geysers
on it. And it's also very pink and metal rich.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right. So we have one more bit of news. We don't have an asset for it yet, but the NYND, or New Year New Discoveries, is a yearly expedition, and it's soon approaching by the Alchemy Den. It's in January, but it's time flies and all that stuff. There are events, fun exploration, mass jumps, and all that sorts of other goodies. So feel free to check it out. There's Discord. I'm not sure if I can put the and a Inara page, and you can use the exclamation mark NYND for a link to that page. So you can have a look at all the good stuff that's coming up. So that's the New Year New Discovery starting in January by the Alchemy Den. So take a little look-see. And I think, Sally, that wraps up the news from the community, and then we've got some stellar screenings.
Yeah,
if I'm right.
Go through to finish it off nicely. I reckon.
Yes, I think so. Okay, so first stellar screenshot features the greatest ship in the game, and it's Commander Astaran. So there we go. We have a chieftain And that's blue,
Ooh.
I think. It's blue, isn't it? Sure.
That
It's
is
dark navy blue, I think.
Very nice.
Well, wonderful shot and lovely placement of the in the centre of the screen there. Very cool. Any chieftain picture gets my vote. I love the way the landing gear at the front makes it look like a bird of prey coming down to pluck an unsuspecting victim. Should you say?
Yeah.
Next one is by a fantastic commander named Big Malibu. Is delivered here. There's an Astro Explorer doing what it does best. Now I like this because obviously it's a ringed planet in front, but it makes it look like the star's actually ringed, but it's not. Obviously it's the planet in front, but it's a great shot. Nice composition. Like the rotation of the camera shot there. So well done, Commander Big Malibu.
You say obviously it's not off, but there are ringed stars out there.
Well, maybe it is a ring star then. I've just assumed it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I'm not sure on the location of this actually, but
can't tell. Maybe because maybe it looks like the ring's going the other way around. Maybe I am wrong. Who knows?
I'm not sure what the location is, but yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so then we have next up we have. Okay, I'm going to take a while to look at this name before I say it. Commander Carco Seleng. Carco Seleng, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's about as good as you're going to get from me, to be honest. And
That's
this is an asteroid belt, I'm assuming, Sally, by a star. But it's got some very deep, sort of hellish vibes going on here. I like it. No ships I can see. But it's just a really cool shot with the lights sort of peeking through. Really nice shot here.
Some hot rocks in it.
Some hot rocks, indeed. Next up we have Cosmic Spacehead. Commander Cosmic Spacehead. Another fantastic shot over a light atmospheric planet. That's a Crate Phantom, chat? Yes, it is a Crate Phantom.
That's like with the thrusters.
I'm fairly certain it's a Phantom because it doesn't have the big stacked engines at the back. Oh, my TV's going to try and turn itself off. Don't turn off TV. I need you to see what I'm doing. Cool. So, really nice shot here. A really nice shot. Next up. Oh, sorry, Sally, go
on. Just a quick one on YouTube. Joe Obsnuk. When are the engineering changes expected to be rolled out? Yeah, just an update on that. Bruce is compiling feedback from the forum post. So nothing immediate, but it's still in the pipeline. So
yeah. I was asked if it would be weeks rather or months for those sort of changes, and I did say, quite frankly, it'll probably be months because engineering again is like one of those things you don't just slide a switch, flick a switch, slide a slider, right?
Slide a switch, yeah, sure.
And fix or change overnight. So it takes a lot of work, and they are looking at it. And Bruce is sort of neck deep in that sort of stuff at the moment. So as soon as we have some information, we'll let you know. But it has been looked at. Next up, we have Commander Gadnock. This is sort of, I like this shot because there's a lot going on here, a lot of combat-y stuff going on. I mean, it is a third lance, which I'm not a fan of these ships. I just don't like them. I don't know why. And I know they are the best combat ship, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. But there's a lot going on here. It looks like a firework display as well, with all the explosions and stuff going off
in the background. Yeah,
would be lovely and pretty if there wasn't so much death. Although Paul's probably happy.
Of course.
Yeah, there we go. So nice work, Commander Gadnock. And then next up, I saw this actually on our Instagram account, and I love this. Also love the commander name, Commander Mr. Bish Bosh. Lots of strong sort of Blade Runner-esque vibes here, or if you're a fan of the 90s Amiga game Syndicate, I don't know why Syndicate sprung to mind, but big fan of this. Love the shot, love the filters put on it, love the lighting. Just a huge fan of this. Sometimes it's the simple basic shots, but just they work really well. And then we have someone who's no stranger to taking pictures, Commander Rini. of our very favourite friends, the Thargoids. And I do like watching the bird pit videos because they always have a lovely name every video for the Thargoids. Like it's the murder pansies or the death daisies or something. I do like it. I always find it interesting to find out what name they're going to be given after this. But this looks like a particularly brutal aftermath of a Imperial task force or fleet that seems to have been put to the sword. I think is a fair comment. And the Thargoid is obviously up to something there. Now that ship doesn't look like it's been destroyed. So is that a player ship? Is that what's happening there? Is an escape pod being taken or gobbled up by a Thargoid? Who knows? Who knows? Spicy death cabbages, the aggressive artichokes. Yeah, there's a lot. But yes, it's a fantastic shot. Really cool shot.
Real quick, sorry,
don't say sorry.
With like reading chat. Got 3 notes. CGFSDs can't have experimentals applied. Mass manager error. CGFSD fixed. Update 9 when? Let me look into it. I just noticed you all throwing that out in the chat. I just want you to know that those 3 notes are down.
There we go.
I'll have a look.
So
thank you.
Elvis Grimm says, but there's no bananas for scale. Where the bananas? Where the bananas? Or the goldfish? Right. Next up, we have Commander Uraha. Uraha? I think so. Another great shot of her. Now, I looked at this when I put it into OBS, and I got 2 vibes out of this. One, if you're old enough, the Black Hole Disney film. I don't know why it reminded me of the Black Hole. I think it just did. And another thing, I think it's a red markings. It reminded me of a Chaos warship from 40k. But I like this shot because I always love seeing fleet carriers in various stages of jump. And if you get a chance to be near one when it goes, it's really something to watch. It's really, really cool. So another cracking shot. We've got 2 more, Sally. So next up. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. So next up we have Commander Aiken B, sorry. And that's just waving at these 2 stars. Now, I thought maybe there was 3 stars in this image, but I'm fairly certain that bottom right is maybe it's a small planet. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is a 3rd star.
Oh, I see what you mean. The little one.
Yeah, I don't know.
It could be.
Is it a moon?
Yeah,
That's no moon. But I do like this shot.
Moon.
That using the emotes to look at the stars, or maybe it's just signifying they're sort of shielding their eyes from them. But yeah, it's a really cool shot. I'm also like seeing all the different commanders now mix and matching Horizons cosmetics with gear sets. I think it's a lot of fun to see the sort of the creations commanders coming out with. And then the last screenshot we have is a very spooky one. It's from Commander Arigara. Oh, I'm so sorry. RG Rio. I'm going with. And this looks like there's some sort of Thargoid shenanigans that's gone on here. There's that sickly greeny yellow mist.
It's a bit.
All looks a bit deserted. All looks a bit empty. But it's very spooky. It's a very evocative picture. And props for not cutting off the top of the tower there. Some people do that, but I like to see the whole. That's good. Good stuff. Okay, and then Sally, you've put these all together in a nice little video. So
the little vid.
There we go.
Hopefully, they're careful on the audio as well.
Oh blimey! Yeah, didn't check the audio. That seems alright.
Yeah.
So there we go. Just as they play out, I won't put it back to me and you. I'll leave the images playing as well as Sally and I on screen. But that's been all the news. We talked about the top 20. We talked about the extras that are going in, or being looked at. Sorry, going in. Hopefully they'll go in. It's QA. But that's just to give you a flavour of the top 20 is not just the 20 issues we're looking at. There's a huge amount of stuff going in, but also to reiterate the team's core focus is performance at the moment, to make sure performance gets to where we want it to be, so you can all enjoy, obviously, as we intend it to be played. We looked at some really amazing, fun stuff from the community. I still don't understand what the bananas for scale and goldfish for scale is all about, but it did make me chuckle. Some amazing cosplay. Some also work from Grinning Crow for charity, potentially a new mug. Who knows, from Hutton. And we talked about New Year, New Discoveries, and that's kicking off in January. And if you want information about the mug, it's !mug. And if you want information about New Year, New Discoveries, please put !NYND to find out about that. And obviously, we wanted to wish, we did wish to send some more love to Dave Pearson's way. He's not very well at the moment.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's been today's stream. Sorry we started late. It was entirely my fault, but it won't be an Arthur and Sally stream if Arthur doesn't break something along the way. So there we go. I think Zach and Bruce will be with you on Thursday. So tune in then to see what the guys are up to.
CQC, isn't it?
I think so.
CQC night.
To retain their non-retained, retainable championship winning losing streak. I have no idea what that is anymore. I'm sure Zach would have convinced himself that he's the best at something by then. So feel free to join in and give them a good pasting. Support them. Okay, Sally, thank you as always for joining me, and thank you for just having your ears and eyes and fingers buried in the forums as you always do. It's very much appreciated. I'm sure it is by the chat. And we will see everybody very, very soon. So 07 everyone.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye-bye. I can't find the button, Sally. This is awkward. There we go. No, this is the button. 07.